What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So I actually wanted to report on this story some days ago, but I'm just now getting around to doing so. When I first heard about this whole situation, it was extremely tragic and it was really saddening because this whole situation played out like an accident. Unfortunately, it resulted in somebody's life being taken away from them. So popular actor Alec Baldwin, he fatally shot cinematographer Halyna Hutchins on the set of his new movie. In the process, Alec Baldwin also injured the film's director, Joe Souza. So, Alec Baldwin was handed a prop gun on set of the film. The prop gun, a lot of times I didn't know this, but in a lot of movies they actually use real guns sometimes, right? Sometimes real guns, I believe, can be used. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. They use real guns. However, the guns are not supposed to be loaded with live rounds. However, on the set of this movie, Alec Baldwin's gun that he was handed, his prop gun it was not prop, it was a real gun. It was loaded with live rounds. And unfortunately, when he shot the cinematographer as well as the film's director. Now the cinematographer, Halyna Hutchins, has lost her life. And I saw Alec Baldwin, writing his condolences to the family, how sorry he was, and writing a message to the family of Halyna Hutchins for, taking her life and all this and all of that. And I'm looking like, man, I know that is haunting him. That's something that will haunt him for the rest of his life. Knowing that he took somebody's life on the set of a movie is supposed to be a good time. Everybody's supposed to be enjoying themselves. It's work, essentially, but it seems to be fun work, right? Everybody is trying to create a great film for the public to enjoy, especially in a time like COVID. Everybody is looking for great movies to watch. You're supposed to be making a movie for everybody to watch, right? And then when you're on the set of this movie in the process of filming, you shoot a gun that you thought had blank rounds in it, and you shoot the cinematographer, you fatally shoot her, and she loses her life in the process. I'm sure, man, if I'm him, I probably will never want to hold a gun again in my life. I never want to touch a gun again in my life after that. Because I know there's something he got to live with all the time. It's something that's going to be on his conscience. Probably when he goes to sleep, he's going to need some counseling. He is definitely going to need some counseling if he's not in counseling at the moment. He's going to need counseling to get through this type of situation. He's going to need some type of help with that. That's a lot of trauma on your plate, and then to have to go and apologize to the family of an individual, like they lost their life on a set of a movie that you had going on. When they went into a movie thinking it's not a life threatening situation at all. What I think was good though was Halyna Hutchins' father did come out. He came forward and said that he doesn't hold Alec Baldwin responsible for his daughter's death. Right? And that was something that it was like, oh my God, man, that really does it alleviates a little bit in Alec Baldwin's heart, I guess, a little bit. But at the end of the day, he still knows that unfortunately the shot that the gun that he shot took the life of someone else, and it injured another individual. But even worse, it took the life of somebody. It took the life of a young woman who was just there to do her job, and first and foremost, let me say this too, man. The prop department needs to be investigated ASAP, and I believe they're doing so at the current moment, right? They are the ones who are in charge of ensuring that all props are safe to use by the actors in the film. They're supposed to make sure there are no live rounds in a gun. They're supposed to make sure everything is working properly so that when the scenes take place, when they out here shooting the scenes, that nothing faulty happens. Nothing that can harm or injure anybody. Nothing is on set that can harm or injure anybody. But in this case, the gun injured one person and killed somebody. So I believe the prop department needs to be investigated, man. They should be held accountable for all this type of negligence and irresponsibility. They have to be held accountable for something like that. But I mean, you don't want to come down on Alec Baldwin, man. He was just, an actor. He's sure he's holding a gun, thinking there's nothing in the gun. Maybe acting out a scene and something like that, acting it out with the cinematographer, so on and so forth. And he accidentally shoots the gun and it goes off on the cinematographer. It could have been a whole situation like that. And it's like, damn, I can't imagine waking up knowing that whole night and the next day you're knowing that somebody's no longer here because of a gun that you were using, a gun that you shot. And it was a complete accident. That's horrific. That is horrific, man. What if the young lady had a family and children? You know, it's just something that he's gonna have to, like, again, he's gonna have to go through some counseling, man. You know, you really gonna have to really have some prayer over Alec Baldwin. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, man, just nobody want to be in that type of situation at all. Nobody does. Nobody want to be the person that takes somebody's life and it's just like, I didn't mean to do it. You know, it's really, really, it's horrific, man. You know, I don't know, like, even thinking about this whole thing, I'm thinking everybody is, you know, mind is boggling. Everybody thinking all around it, like, what is going on? How could that even happen? People like, man, was somebody trying to set him up? Did somebody not like, you know, somebody on the set and they loaded the gun with live rounds so something can actually happen? Did somebody do this on purpose? But then you got to think nobody probably would do it on purpose because they know the consequences and repercussions that would come from it, unless it was somebody that just was in the background and was just trying to do something crazy to somebody on the set, you know, and it was somebody in the background. But I would think a production company wouldn't intentionally just do this, but they also were negligent in not checking the gun for live rounds and making sure everything was safe. You know, but you got people thinking like, man, did somebody try to set him up in order for him to get framed for killing somebody or something like that? Like, you know, how would this even occur? How would this even be able to take place, man, on a movie set? You know, Alec Baldwin is an esteemed actor. So I would assume, you know, everything would be handled properly, everything would be investigated, everything would be looked over as far as the props are concerned. So I don't know, man. It's just, but again, it's something that's gonna haunt Alec Baldwin for real. And if I was him, I wouldn't want to touch another gun in my life. You couldn't pay me to step near a gun, probably not unless it would be hard for him to get back around, for me to get back around a gun for a while after something like that, you know. But again, I genuinely feel bad for all parties involved in this whole incident. You know, one individual young lady went to work that morning not thinking she wasn't going to be living anymore, thinking she just going to record a film and it was going to be a part of her actual legacy in cinematography. Alec Baldwin went to just shoot a film that he felt like, okay, I'm here making a film to entertain the public. I'm here to make a film to get the public and captured with what, you know, with whatever's on the screen, right? And then something just horrible like this. Even the who did I say? The director of the film, he got shot. He wasn't anticipating that happening that day, you know. But I don't know, man. It's just really, I couldn't imagine how Alec Baldwin feels. You know, you probably have to just imagine him making a phone call to the family. How do you do that? How do you go in? Then you know, you got. He probably going to pay for, more than likely, he's going to pay for all the funeral services, all of that, and then he's going to be there. It's just all on his conscience, him having to face their family with tears in their eyes about their daughter no longer being here. The father of Halyna Hutchins said the mother is just doing, she's doing terrible. She's taking it horrifically like any parent would, because parents hope to outlive their children. I mean, not parents, so parents hope for their children to outlive them. They don't want to outlive their children. They don't want to be living on this earth and then their children are gone and deceased. That's a parent's worst nightmare. I know it would be mine for my child to be gone and I'm still living and moving around for years and years. Nobody want to do that. I want to be gone. I want to be gone before my children. You know, you want to be able to get old and see them grow and see them have kids and you have your grandkids and all of that. But you want to be gone before them. You want them to live their life to the fullest, with no regrets and everything be a-okay. But unfortunately, Halyna Hutchins, she's no longer here. And of course, the family having a hard time with it. Again, just imagine him making them phone calls. Just imagine, it's crushing. It's heart crushing. And then, you know, like I say, my sympathy goes out to Alec Baldwin for this whole situation, because I know it wasn't. I don't believe it wasn't intentional. It was an accident for sure. It was an accident, you know. And but my condolences goes out to the family of Halyna Hutchins, and I hope the director Joel Souza gets better as well. But yeah, my condolences goes out to this family, man. Like, I just feel extremely bad for the family and all parties involved in this, man. It's just something it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare that I'm sure Alec Baldwin wishes he could wake up from, and I'm sure the family of Halyna Hutchins, most importantly, they want to wake up from. You know, but yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. Machiavelli Mills TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Keep rocking with me like I'm rocking with y'all, man. Peace.